In November 1932, the Nazi Party won the plurality of seats in the German parliament, the Reichstag. January 1933, Hitler was sworn in as Chancellor of Germany, the head of a coalition government, but because it didn't comprise a majority of seats, new elections were called for 2 months later. Hitler claimed that the Communists, the third largest party, were attempting to overthrow the government. On February 27th, less than a week before the new elections, a fire was set and destroyed the Reichstag building. The culprit was allegedly a communist, leading to the mass arrest of communists and the institution of decrees suspending civil liberties. Hitler claimed the fire was a sign from God. After that, he ruled the country by executive decree. This past August, Trump deployed the National Guard to Washington, D.C., among other cities, to combat, in his words, rampant crime. The only 2 other times the National Guard was deployed to Washington in the past 60 years was briefly in Trump's first term after Black Lives Matter protests and in 1968 following the assassination of Martin Luther King, when numerous blocks of Washington were burned to the ground. National Guard units are military reserve units acted by the president or the governor of states during times of war or national emergencies. What makes Trump's recent deployment controversial is the fact that the military is barred by law from law enforcement matters. Rather, crime is addressed by the police. Additionally, the mayor of Washington declared the deployment was unnecessary. Suddenly and tragically, last week, a refugee from Afghanistan shot 2 National Guard members, killing at least 1. Trump, in his usual divisive and provocative manner, deployed hundreds more National Guard members, shut down the asylum system, blocked immigration from third world countries, and blamed President Biden for allowing in terrorists, despite the fact that the Afghani was granted asylum under Trump's own administration. Without excusing the Afghanis' responsibility, the question must be asked, why is the National Guard even deployed? There was no national emergency in the city. If Trump really cared about crime, he would call for more funding for the D.C. police, who are solely responsible for the city's law enforcement. Rather, the National Guard has become a target for the disenchanted. The fire in the Reichstag was used as an excuse by Hitler to declare a national emergency and to take over the country. Trump has already moved in a dictatorial direction since attaining the presidency. What's next for the fascist wannabe? To learn more about politics and the gospel, consider my new book on Amazon, How Politics Has Distorted the Gospel.